All right. We're about ready to get started here. My voice is really loud. I don't know what to do about that, because Joe's voice is quiet. Oh, hey! DJ Zero Sum is here. And I feel like I'm redlining. Am I too loud? I'm going to be a little bit too loud if I don't pull it back just a little bit. Let's see here. Okay, looks like we are live on Twitch. Looks like we're probably live on Mixer. Got to click a button to see that one happen. There we go. And we're live on YouTube. Awesome. Yep, we got folks from all three platforms talking to us in the chat. Hey there, Magic Man, Dino Luxon, Safari Kev. Hey, Safari Kev, you might be a co-star on this stream. Good to see you. And Kudal1 over on the Xbox on Mixer. Golden Warrior, hey there, Sailor Wolf. So today we are going to relax just a little bit because last week was probably the most elaborate stream I've ever put on, and I'm a little tired. I just had a Memorial Day weekend, did some yard work, not, super dialed in. So the most complicated thing we're doing today is we're doing a community spotlight, and we're going to chill in here with Joe Swarner. He's going to play some Nightmare Mode. It's going to be great. And he's going to show me how to play because I suck. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. So Safari Kev seems excited to get his content out here on the stream. That's good. Hey, Amargavita, Spark 3.0, Pixelbit. I can't say all your names. Can't possibly keep up. Pixelbit G, you missed last week. That's okay, because it's on YouTube, and I do not mind at all if you guys pump up our YouTube view numbers. They're always in kind of the low thousands, so not really making a huge mark when it comes, by YouTube standards. But that's okay, because we love you guys. You are a very small and dedicated community, and we are committed to connecting with you and giving you the game that you want. So not complaining. But if we got a few more little views on there, I wouldn't mind too much. Oh, wow. Tenacious Procrastinator from Scania, Sweden. I love it when people say where they're from, because we get people from so many just disparate parts of the world. It's amazing. So, yeah. I don't know. How do you say hello in Swedish? I need to learn how to say hello in like every language so that I can respond. Mr. Brent, I already had myself a curry, so I don't need a sandwich. But, yeah, I appreciate it, though. Sometimes sandwiches are pretty common for me on stream days because I can just run to Starbucks and grab one and run back. But today I was like, I am so just, wound tight about whether I could pull off a stream today that I was like, I need to go and relax somewhere. So I went and had some Thai curry, and that sort of chilled me out enough. Scarproof says we should be committed. Okay, well, I'm not going to argue with you. I don't think I have any evidence to the contrary. Kendra Crosby says the game is way too good. Well, I guess there's worse problems to have. Thank you for saying that. Car keys, we have talked about trying to get survivors to have relationships with each other that are more meaningful than just like the few sort of fake ones that we slap on the beginning of the game. We haven't gotten there yet, but babies I think are out of the picture, mostly just because, it's a whole bunch of crazy new animations. And also, a zombie ate my baby is not really a story that we want people to be telling with our game. We want a little bit more hope, a little less ghastliness coming from our game. So, Leon Anagers, working on it. I have not. I've written that one down. I cannot guarantee that it will ever happen. It has a lot of potential issues. Oh, hey, look. Looks like our guest is here. Joe Swarner just walked in with his amazing half tiger, half greyhound familiar that he's brought with him.
Hey,
so probably gonna be chilling out on the ground. But we got
that is what they do.
Look at this monster. It's amazing. You can sort of see it out of the corner of the camera. Not really.
Come here. Let's get you on the
ground. Want to get on the stream? Here, come sit in our chair.
Otto, come here. Come here.
Like, nope.
Nope.
Camera shy dog. That's totally fine.
No, it's more like I think he wants to go for.
Hey there, Beats and Buttons. Beats and Buttons has a slight cameo in one of our community spotlight pictures today. Universe says hey to Jawa and Pup. So we got 10 minutes before the stream starts for reels, and gives Joe some time to figure out what the crap was going on in our Nightmare community.
Hopefully not death.
Yeah. You guys hearing both of us okay? Try to arrange the mics so that mine's far away from me, but Joe's is close to him.
Yeah, I apparently have a hard time standing up and listening or something.
Also, we've got, okay, so we're going to be mostly in that camera, which means I need to move it so that we can see the top of your head. It's, I used my own height to decide where that camera should be, and that is not appropriate for Joe Swarner.
No, I'm a little bit taller.
And let me scooch it over so you're not on the edge either. That's probably close enough.
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah, that'll work. Awesome Twitch dude. We don't have any plans to put PvP multiplayer in State of Decay 2, mostly because we're worried about those noobs that would get slain by you, and whether or not they'd be having a good experience.
Yeah.
Hardman Burwell, we have not reached 100 employees at the studio. I think we're about 80 right now. And it might get higher, you know, but we're very cautious about growing the studio. There are some studios out there who consider their head count to be like their high score. It's like they're trying to make that number as big as they can, and that's how they know they're succeeding. We kind of have the opposite approach. Like each, you know, how big your studio is a cost you have to pay. It's like it makes everything more difficult the more people you have to sort of pour into the same organization and manage and help, you know, communicate. And so we want to stay as small as we can while also delivering, you know, delivering on the vision of this franchise. And so that means we, you know, if we could keep doing this at the scale we want to do it with 20 people, we totally would. But we can't. And so we got to get bigger. We got to, you know, get up to 80 and possibly a little higher. But we're trying to be very, very cautious about that because we don't want to lose this, like, you know, we can do this like personal connection with our audience and stuff like that if we've got this sort of, you know, if we still maintain that like scrappy indie studio feel, even though we're now, you know, a first-party Microsoft studio. And so we don't want to lose that. We don't want to become some huge corporate entity that's just is, you know, overwhelmed and can't ever have this sort of interaction. Well, I'm talking a lot. What have I missed?
Well, there's also so one, Jonah Dane, I'm glad to hear you got the Sheriff Legacy done. I deal with a lot of people who end up having problems. What was your specific issue there? I forget.
Yeah. So one thing, because we got Joe Swarner here, you guys can ask questions about bugs, and he probably knows the answer. There's so many times on social media people like contact me and they're like, hey, I'm having this horrible bug, what do I do? And the thing I have to tell them is, go to support.stateofdecay.com, because that's where Joe Swarner lives. Yeah. And he's the one who can actually help you.
I know a few things. All right, so what do we have? You have a pistol.
Yeah, I think I wasn't keeping track of what Brent was doing last time we were in here.
Oh, this is from last week?
This is from 2 weeks ago, because last week was just basically a clip show.
So we're in trouble is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it was Brandon Aaron playing. And it was a brand new community in Nightmare. We didn't really know where we were going, what we were doing.
Cool. So I don't know. Let's see. Can you tell us about the bug that keeps making mission markers vanish from the screen or end up in the abyss? Actually, that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, so I'm glad you brought it up. I am absolutely hoping that I get a mission just like that, because I want to show you guys that it can still be done. Even though the mission marker goes off the map. So the objective doesn't move. The stuff is still there.
You just have to work harder to find it?
You have to work much harder to find it. So for instance, let's see, a plague on the community will not help me. The residents will probably not help me. The medics actually might help me.
You just have to get all the way across the map in Nightmare mode.
With no debug. I mean, nothing. I don't... What am I talking about? I don't... What is debug?
So the stream proper is going to start in about 5 minutes. So we're not doing any giveaways this time. Sorry, we kind of blew ourselves out last week. We got to recover a little bit. So that isn't happening. Let me catch up with. Let's see here. Okay, it looks like Megan and Wonder are getting up on the channels as our mods, so they'll be keeping track of your questions, and hopefully if we miss some, which we absolutely will, they'll try to funnel them to us so that we can get them. We're kind of, you know, we'll try to answer whatever questions we can today. We don't have a really strong agenda of our own, but this is kind of a chill stream. If you got questions about bugs, those are particularly appropriate for Joe. But we'll try to answer anything we can, except for the classic questions that you ask every week that we never answer because we can't. Those will still not be answered today for exactly the same reasons.
News for State of Decay 3? What is that? I've never heard of that game.
Yeah, and any questions about Trumbull Valley, we're not allowed to say any more than we've already said about that one. So hopefully we'll be able to say more soon. I feel like it's getting close, but we're not quite there yet. So
where is there even a vehicle? Oh, there it is.
Ms. Boston Killer wants to know if we had a wonderful Memorial Day. I did some yard work, and now you can see the retaining wall in our front yard.
I took my dog out and played with a squeaky ball in the dog park. So,
awesome.
Yeah, I had a great day. And I think he kind of did, too.
I also got to spend some time with, there was, one of my old game industry colleagues that I haven't seen in a really long time, brought her baby over, and we got to meet her baby, and that was pretty fun.
Sorry, Geoffrey.
What happened?
Look at this.
What
did you guys do?
I have no idea what happened there. I don't remember that. Do you guys remember that from the last stream? I don't remember that at all.
Oh, my God.
How did we... What is that?
All right, let's see what happens.
Oh, are we going to try to...
Oh, yeah.
But we're not even in the proper stream yet.
Okay.
Maybe we should... Well, we've got... It's like 4 minutes. We'd have to sit here and kill it for 4 minutes. And it's probably not going to pop off into the atmosphere anyway.
But if it does, we can add it to funny Survivor stories.
Yeah, probably. So we'll get on our own stream. It'll be great.
And here we go. Is it? Blap. No.
Oh, normal.
How boring.
Disappointed.
How boring.
I am disappointed.
All right. So now... Not only is it cockeyed like this, but it's completely out of gas. Like what?
How did we get it there while it was out of gas?
DSF Eagle, both actually. I like to squeak to annoy the neighbors, and he likes to squeak because he likes the sound.
And my friend's baby actually left a squeaky toy in our yard too. So we were having a squeaky toy friendly. Usually you can kind of rock those guys off. What kind of phrase was that? Rock those guys onto their wheels.
You can rock out. you too.
Safari Kev suggests that maybe the car just spawned there. I wouldn't put it past cars to do all kinds of things.
All right, we're gonna cheat.
Awesome Twitch dude wonders if we can have more than one follower for Nightmare mode, and I'm like. You want to get more than one person killed in one go?
Man, I don't like followers at all normally, and especially not in Nightmare. You just get people killed.
Yeah, I think we are aware of the fact that we need to put some more work. I get a lot of comments about this in social media that we need to put more work into
follower AI.
Follower AI, because one of the problems is like I got a comment on Discord recently where somebody was saying. That sometimes they are yelling at their survivors, yelling at their followers because they're like, stop making so much noise. Hey, you've got a gun. Why won't you use it? And I'm like, you realize those two are like contradictory? Like, if you want them to use your gun, that means you want them to make noise. And then other times you want them to make less noise. That just illustrates how difficult the problem is. Figuring out what you want the follower to do at any given time is really hard. Now, granted, where they are right now, there's probably some obvious improvements that we could make just straight off the bat. But it sounds like what people really want is the ability to tell their survivors what they want them to behave like.
Yeah.
Do you want them to be stealthy? Do you want them to be loud and aggressive?
Well, you've played Final Fantasy as well, I'm sure.
I have not, but I'm aware of the complexity. I mean, I played Dragon Age Inquisition, which had
yeah, I didn't play that one.
You can set up like AI scripts for your followers.
Yeah, it's essentially the same thing. Like, I think just the idea that you would have a little more control over it, because there are people like me that I'm like, I gave you a. I gave you a prepper's AK with a suppressor. Why aren't you using that?
Use it like crazy, full auto all the time.
Yeah, and you're a follower. You don't consume ammo. Why are you not firing that gun all the time, please? But then there are also moments where I'm like, oh yeah, don't fire a gun. Why aren't you hitting the crap out of this thing that's on the ground?
Leon Anager says that they've got a couple of Red Town survivors that only have 1/5 skill. By 1/5 skill, do you just mean they've got a normal 5th skill instead of the usual like amplified 5th skills? If they're getting that is really, really weird. They're supposed to be set up so that they can't possibly end up that way. So I don't know what would have happened there. Sorry to hear that.
Okay, we're going to start off the stream by driving across the map.
That sounds great. Give some time to chat.
In Nightmare mode, even.
You got enough gas for that? It's kind of a big boat of a car.
Oh, that's why I just stopped there, Geoffrey.
All right. Well,
there's a plan.
It is 2 o'clock, so we're gonna go to the logos and everything and get started. It's, if you want, by the way, these headphones are monitoring the game if you want to put them on.
Oh, perfect.
So you can hear. You don't have to do that, but, you know, that'll let you know. And then we're going to get started. Oh, wait. No. Hold on. Let's push that again. Hey! Welcome to the State of Decay 2 stream. I'm your host, Geoffrey Card, and right over here, we got
Hi.
Joe Swarner.
How's everybody doing today?
Joe Swarner is, of course, the person who you're talking to when you go to support.stateofdecay.com. He's the expert on all the problems that everyone is having out there in the audience. And he's here to talk to us about bugs. He's here to talk to us about all sorts of stuff. But mostly, we are here to chill and play this game because we just did our huge anniversary stream last week and we're tired. And so rather than put together some massive presentation, we're just going to play Nightmare Mode, which is, you know, that's easy. That's no big deal, right?
Yeah, no big deal.
And we're going to listen to you guys and answer your questions. And so thank you all for coming. And right now, Joe, what are you doing?
Right now, there's one of our more troublesome bugs at the moment for people is that mission markers are going off the screen. So I'm going to go over here to these medics and I'm going to give them some plague samples in the hopes that they will give me a mission much like the one that you guys report all the time, so that we can actually show you on stream what the workaround looks like, because I'm not sure we're going to be able to get in a fix for this coming update, but maybe in a future one.
Yeah,
you know, some video evidence that I could point to and be like, hey, look, guys, here's how you do it.
So we don't know if we're definitely going to reproduce the bug right now. Like, we could absolutely just have a normal mission and it wouldn't give us what we need.
That is possible, because this isn't necessarily the one that's always reproducing the issue. All right, so we got a gas can there. We got a fuel rucksack in there. All right, we're doing well.
All right. So one part of Joe's job is that, you know, he is not just helping individuals with their problems, but he's keeping track of which problems get reported the most often, and then he reports to the dev team, you know, what the top issues are. And so we've been starting to pay more attention to that and trying to prioritize the bugs that Joe points out. He's getting a lot of reports about. So if you guys really want to make sure that we fix a particular bug, make sure you report it the formal way. I'm sitting here shoveling more work on your plate, Joe.
Oh, no worries.
Report it the formal way through support.stateofdecay.com. And, oh, actually, I think I've got a little, like, oh, yeah, look at that, support.stateofdecay.com.
Support.stateofdecay.com.
There's a little link at the upper right-hand corner of the screen when you go to support.stateofdecay.com that lets you open a ticket, basically, to send a message to Joe about what's going on with your
yeah,
with your
I
game.
think the specific language is submit a request.
Submit a request. That's what it was.
Right, and it's right next. It's right to the left of the sign-in button. Which you don't have to sign in to submit a request. It helps. Like, we'll ask for your email and the platform that you play on and all that fun stuff. But for the most part, we just want to know some basic details when you fill in like a request. Is like what the issue is. Oh, did I just high center myself? No. Okay, good. So
Yeah.
Sorry, it's hard to talk and play
Oh,
at
it
the
is
same
totally.
time.
So, okay, you're on your way in. So we got a couple of questions, but you're on your way in to start this mission. So let's see how that goes first, and then we'll answer some questions.
Okay. Come on.
By the way, Mav Thrika says, you've got a nice shirt, Joe.
It is a fun shirt, isn't it?
Yeah, we actually, I think we made those in-house at one point. Like, I think it was around the time the Year 1 Survival Edition came out. I think Brant designed those things.
Yeah. No, and I really like this shirt and the other one, the brown one. Anyway.
We might even be getting some new shirts around here pretty soon.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, Raiders.
What?
Oh, no.
That's not what we need in Nightmare Mode.
Okay. Everything's fine. I'm going to die. No big deal.
This is not good. Ah! So, headshots, for those of you who have not played in Nightmare Mode, headshots are totally a thing.
What?
Oh, it broke early. Did you shoot your friend? Okay, they got him. Who else is coming? Anybody? She's about to become a zombie now.
Yep, that's why I'm waiting to kill her. Oh, ferals.
And of course there's a feral. I mean,
Nah,
of course
no,
there's
no,
a whole pack of ferals.
Nope. Nope. All right, ladies and germs.
Oh,
Pro
this is gonna be
strats.
fine. Oh, are the ferals immune to cars in nightmare mode?
No.
Nope. Nope, they are not. Well, that wasn't too bad. You're pulling your weight in this fight. Whoa. I think. Oh, you just got an achievement for our little fake account here. You're gonna lose your car, which is kind of sad. Did the car just blow up some zombies?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh,
Not the one that I needed to kill.
screamer.
Multiple.
Of course. Why would there ever be one freak in nightmare mode?
Oh god, I don't even have any stuff.
Yeah, we were. I don't think you've even been back to base, have you, since we started this game?
Nope. Nope.
Oh my gosh. Oh no! No!
No, I'm gonna die. That's
I
okay.
know the guy with that face. No!
All right, let's see
Oh
if
man,
the medics can
Daisy
survive.
just came in. She can help us rescue this survivor. Oh no, wait
Yeah.
a minute.
All right, come on, there we go. Now we've got some stamina. Let's run around. This is
Oh
going.
man, if that Molotov had actually killed some things, that would be cool. Did you take him out?
Yes.
What happened? Okay.
That's a dead feral, all right.
They're everywhere though.
Oh, that's okay. So there's this thing. Nope, nope, no, not them.
That doesn't
You.
seem like a thing.
This is a thing.
Are you just pushing them all down?
Yes. All right, we're all gonna die here. It's fine, doctors. I mean, everything's fine. We're all gonna die.
Sorry we're not answering your questions, everybody. This is just a little too stressful.
No, it's. This isn't stressful. This is great. Okay, well, that's because you're gonna die.
Megan scared me a little bit. Her headphones died on her, and she was like, "Oh no, there's no sound."
Oh no. Okay, all right. Well, so much for that. So, don't think the medics are gonna be able to help us out because we just got one of them killed, and I'm pretty sure it's the leader.
So, are we handling that situation?
The situation is being handled. Yeah.
Oh no, he's still alive. He's up. Devin's the leader.
Okay. Nope. Okay. Not today.
Not today. No.
Get up. Punch him bad.
Oh yeah, you're fine now. It's okay.
Nope.
They just keep coming.
In a bloodthirsty lust for human flesh.
Devin's got him. Nicely done.
Ah.
Oh, come
As
on.
Fall Down says, I shoot like a potato. Ah.
It's just one. It's just one.
Got him.
Holy crap. Oh, are they gone?
They're gone.
Was that the best save we have ever seen on this stream? Holy crap, Joe. This is why you guys want Joe helping you when you have problems. He knows what he's freaking doing. Wow.
Something. Oh, hey, look, meds.
That was crazy.
All right, let's take those.
There's still more zombies. Of course there's still more zombies.
there's
Why don't you
Dave's
die
zombie.
right now?
Yeah, that'd be great with meds on my back.
It's not going down. Oh, no. Okay.
Die.
Guess you got him.
All right.
But you got no car.
Oh, we have a car. It's just
Yeah.
destroyed. That gives us another opportunity to do something. All right, so, garage.
Sure.
That's a nice garage.
I'm
It's
sure
a-
everything will be fine. You are dead meat. Okay, I'm gonna look back at some questions here. So, let's see here. Oh, Dino Luxon. I think I saw him post this on Facebook, and I might have shared it with you. His entire map turned green,
Oh yeah,
like luminous green. He
Yeah.
had no idea what was going on.
Was this I think this was I think he submitted a ticket to support stateofdecay.com.
Yeah.
I don't know wherever that is.
Oh yeah, that
thing.
You put it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Support.stateofdecay.com. Right down there.
Right down there. And so and I did see it, and I was wondering, like, it seems like it's some kind of a rendering issue. It might be a driver thing. The world of PC is vast, and compatibility issues are strong, as is like the viability of hardware, going on and on and on. So so it gets to be really hard, even among issues that are just that seem pretty straightforward. The world of PC can get pretty not helpful and hard to track down.
So we haven't been seeing that particular issue in a lot of places. Like that was kind of that might have even been the first time we've seen that particular bug, which makes it much harder. It's like when we have already seen something 10 times, usually we have some kind of answer for you. But in that particular case, we didn't have a lot to go on.
All right.
But yeah, good luck. I mean, update your drivers. It's the first thing would probably suggest. But oh no!
Oh, this one's too busy taunting me. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, so Beats and Buttons and Cable 97815 are both asking about future features. Beats and Buttons wants to know, are we going to get some feature that lets exiled characters mess with your community after you've exiled them to sort of continue their story? And Cable is asking, are we going to be able to recruit from our survivor pool to existing settlements? Both of those features are things that we have got near the top of our list as things that we want to do. It'll take some effort in both cases, but we do really want to get those done. So can't promise exactly when they would arrive, but that is something that we're focusing on. In fact, I always just want to be extra cautious because we get in there, we find out that there's some reason why we can't do it, then we can't do it, and there's not a lot we can say beyond that. So so I don't want to make any promises, but those are definitely near the top of the list. I'll just leave it there.
All right.
Let's see here.
Trade with the Enclave. What do you got? Nothing. You've got food and bandages.
Well, bandages might be a little bit useful.
But you got that as well.
Oh yeah, actually we need even just a carving knife is worthwhile to us right now.
Let's trade that and that.
The Dark Smoky asks if we can add mods to an outpost. That's an interesting idea because we basically do treat outposts like facilities. So there's nothing theoretically that prevents us from putting mods in them. We just haven't. That's interesting. It's worth looking into. We have been talking about maybe wanting to put some extra effort into the outpost system, similarly to how we put some extra effort into the Enclave benefits at one point. Tried to make it more interesting to ally with other Enclaves and get advantages from them. Outposts are in a similar category, and so we're interested in doing that. I'll add that to the list of things we're considering doing if we get to that point. Oh, so Metro Train wants to know what kind of time management software we use. So we're actually we're experimenting with a couple of new tools. I know that like Patrick and Aaron, who are the sort of the producery types on State of Decay 2, they're messing with some new tools. The one that we're using the most right now, though, is Jira, which it's a we're basically using their sprint planning. Honestly, Erin could come in here and she could explain it way better than I could. But each task is represented by a card, and the cards move from column to column across the screen as different people work on them and progress them to different states of completion. And over on the far right, we've got QA, and so everything moves over to QA. Then QA verifies that the thing actually works as intended and passes it off. When everything's checked off, it's done, and it can feed out into tracking stuff that lets you see, compare your velocity to your, to where you're trying to get, and making sure that you're actually, making the progress you need to. It seems to be a pretty powerful tool, and Erin in particular has got a lot of experience with it and knows all the tips and tricks and plugins and stuff to make it do whatever she wants it to do, which is really great. One of the fun things about getting her on the team was how much she knew about Jira. Like, we were starting to use Jira, and she's like, no, guys, you're not using Jira yet. Let me show you how to use Jira. But yeah, so that's the one that I'm familiar with. But we are messing with a few other things that are kind of, they're more over in the producer zone where I don't fully understand what's going on.
All right.
Huh. Blaze Experience has a question for you, Jawa.
Yeah, what's up?
Has the fake damage bug in Daybreak been pinned down, where a feral tackles you and the technician takes damage for it?
No.
we don't know what's going on there.
Because sometimes the feral can attack a wall, and then the technician take damage there too.
Wow. Okay, I hadn't heard about that one yet.
Yeah. Well, the bug is written, but the details, yeah, they're not forthcoming. So
Yeah.
the problem is like we know that it happens and we can write the bug, but once the developers, once the coders and designers have taken a look at it, like there's not much we can do if the answer is no. All right, that didn't pull them away from that garage enough.
But at the same time, we are thinking of, we're coming up on Daybreak's year anniversary in a few months, and so we're thinking of taking another look and seeing if we can shore up a few more bugs in that area. So there is going to be a point where the dev team takes a solid look at what improvements we can make to Daybreak, and so I would not be surprised if that one ends up on the short list. Compy Choppy wants to know what the top 5 items on the list are. It's not quite that organized. It's not like there's just a stack rank of 1 down through 100 things. It's more like there's a thing over here we're working on, a thing over here we're working on, and so when I say something's at the top of the list, that means that we're actively paying attention to it. It's actively in the plan. Versus when I say it's on the list, that means we know about it, but it hasn't yet been put in somebody's plan. So. Still, the fact that something is is actually on somebody's schedule to look at still doesn't mean it's going to work out the way we hope. And so I still don't want you to treat that as a promise, because we can always find out that something that sounds easy turns out to be hard, or something that sounds doable turns out to have some irresolvable conflict that makes it impossible. So no promises there, but yeah. So that's kind of the difference. It's like whether somebody has it on their schedule or whether it's just in the group pile that has not yet been pulled out yet.
Oh, who wants the encyclopedia? Who wants the encyclopedia?
Oh, encyclopedia. Which it's volume 11?
Volume
Sweet.
11. Anybody
Awesome.
Missing volume 11? Because you could come get it right now.
I have turned off multiplayer, just in case.
Oh, all right. Well, fine.
So that we can pause if we have to pause,
Right. Oh, you know what I should do?
So, X-Rokai asks, can we get a marker for a community member who has recently died? Like seeing them on the map as Walking Dead. That is on the list. It's not on the top of the list. That is on the list because we know that that's, especially in Nightmare when people are losing a lot more characters. I actually, for a while that was languishing near the bottom of the list because, people were thinking, well, what's the exact right way to do it? We weren't quite sure what the perfect implementation of it is. Can you, do you want to know exactly where the character is, or do you want to just know the region that they're in and still have to search for them? We were thinking through a lot of complicated options. But now that we've got Nightmare mode and people are losing characters a lot more than they used to, we're kind of like, maybe we should move this higher on the list because people just want to get this solved. They're not necessarily looking for the perfect solution. They're just looking for an answer that will get them their stuff back. So I should probably bump that one up a little bit.
All right. So you can see that I'm abandoning outposts here and there. I have found, that's a feral.
Yeah, we don't need that right now, huh?
No, not at all.
How are we ever going to get back home? Like, we could...
Oh, there's a plan, Geoffrey. There's a plan.
Okay, what's the plan?
Whether we get to execute it or not is entirely dependent on how long these snacks last.
Or whether it executes us.
Right. So I now have a repair kit, and I am heading back to the car. That is the plan.
Okay, and then we're going to drive the car back to base, switch characters... Hopefully, we have somebody who's in decent shape back home.
Oh, we don't have to go back to base to switch characters.
Oh, that's true. Just get to an outpost, right?
Yeah, I'm
because now this character won't run home.
Unnecessary risk, right? So I don't know. I'm busy. So anyway, we get here. All right, everybody. We're near the edge of the map.
Watch this fling the car across the map.
Oh no, that's what I'm waiting for. We are near the edge of the map. I've seen people report this, and nope.
Dang it! Ugh.
All right, so there are some dead people here that I didn't loot, and they've got a chef's knife. No wonder they're dead.
Oh, hey, decent stuff.
All right, so a Model 70, and some. Those are all nice. All right, so.
Hey,
we'll go in here.
Veoxy wants to know, are pets or animal sidekicks on the list?
I don't know. I think that they should be. I think one, we're kind of friendly with animals around here.
Yeah.
And
I think that might actually be part of the problem. We actually
Right.
had a big argument at the beginning of State of Decay 2, the State of Decay 2 project, where the argument was, can we put dogs in the game? Because if we do, we have to let dogs die.
Oh, see, well, here's my thought for like how we put things into the game without making it so that the dogs die, is if we made it just a facility modification that like provides morale, and so you have like a dog house with a little dog that was just
and you
like,
can pet the dog.
you can pet it and you can interact with it, but in no way, shape, or form is that dog going to be stupid enough to get caught by a zombie.
Yeah, I'd actually been thinking of cats as being like facility mods,
Yeah.
and just have them like wander around and eat your food and
Right.
like keep maybe they would prevent like rat infestations in your food storage.
There you go.
But otherwise be jerks. Or maybe you can get geese that are just like absolute jerks all the time.
Well, yeah, but
Until you finally kill them and then you get
geese,
some food.
Geese don't make very good pets. I don't know. Unless they're looking out for ducks. Unless you have ducks.
So Mr. Dart's broadcast has a question about support.stateofdecay.com.
Okay.
Which is spelled like that. If we've already submitted a ticket for a bug like bloaters spawning invisibly under your car,
Right.
And then it happens again, do you want a second ticket
Oh, no.
with more data? Like even if he could provide more detail, more data, how should he handle that situation?
So if you've already submitted one ticket about an issue, I would rather, and even if I've responded with something like, thank you for the ticket and we'll call you back if we need more information, which basically means that either one, I have enough information. Oh, hey, look, there's a car.
Oh, a nicer car.
Oh, no, it won't. No, it's not. Watch.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what happens with LOD. Welcome to the LOD pop in State of Decay
We didn't
2.
put damage on our LODs. Our LODs look
Right,
pristine.
right.
Yeah.
So as it's loading in, of course. All right. Oh, come on. Stop moving. Forever. So what I would rather you do when you're submitting an issue to support.stateofdecay.com is that you just follow up with the same issue with the same ticket. So like once you've submitted a request, just keep following it up. I can't stop here.
Keep following up on the same ticket.
Keep following up on the same issue. Yeah.
So definitely it doesn't hurt for them to provide you with more information.
Correct.
It's just creating a new issue actually adds confusion. Like keeping it, basically adding it to the conversation that you've already started
and
is better.
it creates sort of like a false sense of weight, right? Like one person submitting 7 tickets about the same thing. If I don't catch it, which I probably will, but if I didn't catch it, it would create more confusion than it would alleviate, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Adam Survives wonders if we're going to ever add a graveyard or scrapbook for fallen survivors to keep track of the people that you've lost. That is something we've thought of. Yeah, it's one of the ones that it's not at the top of the list, but it's on the list.
Yeah.
I've kind of got this whole section of improving the death experience. That's got a lot of ideas in it, and that's one of them. There's probably a lot of improvements we can make just to the moment of death itself and how it's addressed. I can imagine, wanting to do scenes with characters talking about the dead character after they've gone.
Yeah.
What a jerk they were, and how they weirdly miss them anyway, despite the fact that they were terrible human beings. Stuff like that. That would be really fun. And so I'm thinking at some point in the future, if we get to that point, we need to solve some bigger issues first. But if we get to that point, I would love to do a bunch of things to make the whole death experience just a more rewarding experience. Given that you played for a long time with this character, most likely you have invested in them. Their death should feel appropriate to their life.
And then kind of along those same lines in terms of like counters and making things matter. I know that one of the big issues that's out there that the community cares about is the number of days you've survived.
Oh, yeah. Because you see that when the day rolls over, and you see that on your save game, but you don't see it all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's near the top of our like UX revisions list as something that we want to add.
And probably one of the best solutions that I've heard or seen, and I don't remember where, so I can't really attribute this to anyone, was basically sort of like, a chalkboard that you have, like at somewhere in your base, where you just walk up and you're like, "That's another day," right? And eventually, you would just end up with a chalkboard full of markers. And
I think we technically have the ability to edit text on textures, but I think we even need to have a new font for that one because we've got the street sign font, and it's interesting. We'll have to think about that. But either way, finding somewhere to stick it where you can actually find it at will would be amazing. No stone unturned. We searched 100 containers. Probably this stream.
AR-15. That's awesome.
Cool. Well, you're all armed up now. You just have no health left.
Oh, we're good. No. I switched characters. Even.
Oh, was I not paying attention? Look at that.
No.
I didn't even notice you had switched characters. Sitting here answering questions.
But
never mind.
The thing that I haven't done is I haven't built an infirmary, so I don't think anybody back home is healing. So we're pretty much...
You got to get home with a bunch of materials.
This is what we've got at the moment. But I can't leave an ammo outpost behind, ever.
So Cable 9 wants to know if we're ever going to get the ability to board up windows like in the first game. So the reason why that didn't make it in thus far is because the role that it served in the first game, it didn't really... So boarding up windows is a familiar experience if you're really used to zombie media, zombie movies, zombie TV shows, that sort of thing, zombie comic books. You see people do that a lot. But in the actual game, in the original State of Decay, it didn't do that much. It took zombies a little bit longer to get in to the room. But since you had to deal with them all eventually anyway in every situation where you were fighting them, it didn't make that much of a difference. And it was a pretty big feature to get right, especially as we were raising the visual fidelity of the game and trying to make things look better. You remember, in the original game, those boards on the windows didn't actually look that great, but that's okay, because the original game, it looked like an Xbox 360 game, and, and it was an older, an older level of production values, and so we kind of skated by with it. We couldn't skate by with that same level of implementation. We'd have to go more advanced with it in order to look right with our game. And so we decided not to go with it because it didn't add enough to the game to be worth all of the resources we'd have to put into making it look right. That doesn't mean that it'll never be a part of the game. In fact, a lot of the discussions I'm hearing about the future of the franchise do involve, ideas, similar ideas. Definitely I'm making no promises about that. That's all very up in the air. These are all just very early discussions. But so people recognize, though, the reason I'm saying that is because people recognize that what you want is something pretty valid, right? That you want to have that experience you've seen in the movies of boarding up the windows, defending your base against the zombies in these physical MacGyver-y sort of ways. That's a huge part of the fantasy of living in this world. And so the fact that we don't have that makes it feel like we're missing something. I totally get it. So I think there's a solid reason why we didn't put it in the game, because there were other things we did instead with those resources that I think were more fundamental to the experience. But if we do find the opportunity to do it, whether we do it here in State of Decay 2, which seems unlikely, or some future game in the franchise, it's totally a valid thing for you guys to want, and it makes sense. I think we'll probably want to put a lot of thought, though, into what role it plays in the game. We'll want to probably change the flow of the game a little bit so that it matters more for you to board up the windows. Because if it's a lot of effort to put into a feature that might ultimately not actually matter that much, it's kind of like, closing doors. Like when you're first playing State of Decay 2, you close every door behind you because you're scared of the zombies coming in. And now and then, like Joe showed you, there was a time when he actually got a huge benefit out of closing a door with zombies chasing him, and that was awesome. But most of the time, it doesn't matter that much, and so when you've been playing the game for a long time, you just don't do it. Just don't close. You just run through doors, leave them open, and you don't worry about it, because most of the time, it doesn't make a difference. And I suspect that boarding up windows would be about the same way. Like, if we added it to the game, people would be like, oh, wow, that's really neat that I could board up windows, but most of the time, people wouldn't do it. And we would worry that maybe we'd spend a lot of resources on something that didn't end up impacting a lot of people.
And see, even for the first game, boarding up windows is something I never really worried about. To build on your point here, Geoffrey, is because ferals didn't pay any attention to the collision on those things in the windows. And ferals were the only thing, and still are the only thing in this game that I'm actually afraid of.
That's true. They can just bust right through, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So there's definitely a role for those things to play. It's just wasn't quite there compared to the other things we needed to work on.
Painkiller Debbie. The answer is yes. We are definitely considering adding that. It is quote unquote on the list.
It's near the top of the list. But she's asking about whether you could be able to change things about the appearance of your characters. And that is something that we've been talking about a lot. it's a big feature, and so I would not expect it soon, because were we to decide to implement such a thing, it might take us a while. But that is one we've definitely heard, and it's near the top of the list of things we wanna be able to do. Let's see here.
More car repairs, Geoffrey.
So here's a question for Psychovia. Wants to know, let's say I never sent in a ticket on a particular bug because I didn't record something.
Right.
Is there a way to still report it even though it's a few months old? Like, do you still want to hear about it?
I definitely want to hear about it. Whether or not you've got video recordings are helpful. What's more important to me is that you try to give me as much context as possible. Like when I ask people for videos, I'm not like telling them that they're liars or anything. I have been accused of said thing, so it's not outside the realm of. But when I'm asking for videos, I'm trying to just find the context, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find out what it is that I might need to do in order to be able to reproduce the issue that people are seeing in front of them. So it's not that I'm questioning anybody's integrity or anything like that. It's just that we play in video games, right? And so seeing what happens makes it a lot easier to actually reproduce it and make it happen here.
Like, there was one time when I shared a video, I think with you, that where a car was flipping out of control, and you noticed there was a door sitting underneath the car. Yep. Or maybe, and that's something I hadn't noticed at all about the video. And so, like, one of the advantages of a video is that, Joe can look at it and see things that are going on in the scene that maybe you didn't notice. So you could report it to him and not be able to give him all the useful information. But if you share a video, there are things a video can tell him that you couldn't ever possibly, you just were never going to notice. Or for instance, like if, maybe Joe will notice a detail, like he'll get 5 videos of something, and he'll notice a detail that's common across all those videos that no one video would have made, make sense.
Like for instance, in 6.0, as most of you know, cars started exploding. And then I started asking people for videos, and this was, of course, one of those times when people are like, well, why do you need a video? And I'm like, well, just send me videos. And people would send me videos on Twitter, and people would send me videos on Facebook. And eventually I was able to get to the point where I had slowed one of these videos down enough to notice that not only were cars exploding, but they were duplicating first, right? So you guys would see them explode, and then you would have 2 copies. Well, it turns out that the 2 copies were being made before the explosion took place.
So the duplication was causing the explosion, not the explosion causing the duplication.
Correct. And so even though that seems like a very small thing, the order of operations is kind of important.
Yeah.
And now the funny thing about that bug is it's gone, and I'm pretty sure we put 0 effort into it.
I don't know if it's completely gone. We've got a video in the community spotlight of it happening. I don't know how recently it was recorded.
That's true.
But I don't think it's entirely gone. But
at least it's more rare.
It's more rare than it used to be.
I'm not seeing as many reports.
Yeah.
So anyway, but it definitely helped, and I would call them out, but I don't know if they watched the stream. But they did a great job, and they worked with me, and it was pretty awesome.
Hey, Darkheart Druid raises a question. When you're crafting things in the base screen, we've got a problem right now. When you craft something, you're knocked back to the top level menu, and you have to go back in there and find the option to craft again.
Yes.
And that problem, we agree with you. That is terrible user experience. The problem is that the base screen is built fundamentally in a way that makes that necessary, and so if we are to fix it, and I think we should at some point, if we are to fix it, we need to fundamentally go into the guts of the base screen and change where it works at a very deep level, which means we're taking on a lot of risk that we're going to have to touch the entire thing. And anytime you touch anything when you're making video games, you have the chance of breaking it. And so we could introduce many more bugs while fixing that problem. And so we're handling it very, very gingerly. Basically, what we're doing is sort of waiting until sometime in the future when we have another reason, or maybe 5 more reasons, to go in and open up that menu and fundamentally change the way it works. And when we hit that point, when we're going to be breaking it anyway, then let's just go in there and fix all of the things we want to fix all at the same time. And so I've been stacking up problems and UX issues and stuff that people have with the base screen, keeping them all in one place. And when that list gets big enough that I can show it to someone and be like, hey, here's a big problem, let's fix this all at once. Somebody can spend 2 or 3 months redoing a lot of stuff in that screen and fixing all those problems at once, presuming we get there. And so if we get to the point where that's what it feels like is the right thing to spend our time on, I want to fix not just that, but a billion other problems that are on that screen. But it's not something that we can just lightly go in 5 minutes one day and fix. Like that's right. One where somebody's going to have to spend a very long time on it.
Well, and that's you know, that gets to the core of some of the things that we see, especially when it comes to suggestions or issues that are there. You know, people want certain things fixed, but shooting like a potato. Unfortunately, some of those things go to the very core of the infrastructure of the game, and while we empathize and with what's going on and why it sucks, it's just going to have to suck for a while until, you know, we get to a point that it can all be fixed. All right, what do we got? So speaking of, here's your base screen. Well, let's see. We're going to craft some soda can bombs. I craft some soda can bombs. Well, what if I wanted more? What if I wanted more, Geoffrey?
Too bad.
Right?
You don't get to have more.
I'm going to make some plague cure just in case, though. All right, so I'm going to go and grab some.
Jarmund is pointing out that the game runs out of missions when you get pretty deep into it and you have a lot of allies out on the map.
Yes.
That's true. What's happening is missions depend. Most of our missions depend on having an outside enclave to ask for your help. Not all of them, but even some of the ones that are driven by your own community members involve creating an enclave for you to go out and talk to. And there's a limit on the number of enclaves you can have on your map because we can only handle so much AI running around. And so if you've got a lot of allies that you're holding on to and you're keeping them going, that you're probably blocking new enclaves from coming into the map, which is invalidating most of the missions in the game. So there's not a lot that we can do about it. I mean, if you're keeping 15 allies going, holy cow. I mean, that's really impressive.
Well, I think we limited it. I think it was in 5.0 with the Z100 update. I could be wrong on that, so community hold me to the fire on that one. But I think we updated it so that you would only get like 3 or 4 enclave, maybe 2 or 3 enclave missions a day. So it becomes easier to hold those.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But it does get harder to get to that point. So super late game folks with a lot of enclaves absolutely could run into that all the time. However, not very many people really get to late game, like if we're going by stats.
Big Chungus is asking when we're gonna have more info on Trumbull Valley, and you know, I think that you guys will get to know more about Trumbull Valley for the Xbox One and PC about the time that we learn more about Big Chungus for the PS4. But no, seriously, soonish is all we can say. Hopefully we'll have more on that soonish.
At some point in the future.
Yeah, I don't think I'll have to say that too many more times, but, you know, we'll just have to see.
All right, so, all right, what am I doing here? I got lost and found.
Blaze Experience wants to know what is the most reported bug that we're still working on over here?
Oh, goodness.
Is it the duplicating cars? Is it the map marker going off screen?
No. Yeah, that one. Probably. At the moment, it's that one. Because everybody literally hits it. Which is... I'm sad that I haven't been able to get that yet. But yeah, no, it's definitely the map marker for right now. I gotta remember that these controls are not the same as my controls. All right, but so I could try to simulate it, but essentially, like when the mission marker takes you somewhere to go looking for a thing, and it gets to like a third point, you can basically go off into a different area. Oh wait, you know what?
What?
I'm willing to bet, I'm willing to make a wager that if I go back and start that mission, that mission marker will probably go off the screen.
Let's see if we can do that. We're gonna have to start community spotlight in about 6 minutes or so.
Yeah, I can probably accomplish that.
All right, let's do it.
All right. All right, Hal, you're injured. Let's do it. Oh, you're badly injured. All right. Infirmary level 2. For those of you who don't know, that is the secret to surviving nightmare mode. Okay. Nope. This is not it because it automatically goes to the 3.
Here we go. All right, we're not going to get that this time, but let's, since you're home and everything, why don't we go to community spotlight, and
all right, sounds good.
then we'll see, because we've got like 10 things to show this time, because I just couldn't stop putting them on the list. By the way, you guys, you got Joe to thank for community spotlight. I was just starting prep for a stream one day, and he came in. He's like, "Hey, have you ever thought of showing community videos on the stream?" And I was like, that's a freaking brilliant idea. I think he even named it Community Spotlight, too.
No, that was probably you guys.
Okay, well, whatever. Either way, it was Joe's idea. So you folks who like seeing your videos that you've shared on social media coming up on the stream, you guys got Joe to thank for that. It was his idea to feature those things. So if you see here, so I'll go to Community Spotlight mode here, and you can pause the game anytime you like.
Okay.
So this this first image that we've got here, this comes from Coach Kibi. So Coach Kibi took this shot of, he was playing with Dark Sharuga and Beats and Buttons, and they got to this. This is a mission in Warlord, right?
Yeah, this is the final Warlord mission where you're going to smash the Coalition, and somebody at your base told you about somebody who's allied with the Coalition. You go to their base. There's 3 people there. You kill 2 of them, and then the 3rd one surrenders and then gives up all the goods on the Coalition leaders.
And so somehow in this particular case, they ended up with a Red Talon operative dressed person in that role, which I don't think I've ever seen before.
Well, I think what happens so what's been happening is hostile enclaves are just spawning in the middle of the map. And they usually have like 2 people and this Red Talon operative, kind of like for one of those missions.
Oh, for one of the Zed Hunter missions does that on purpose. So
one of those, but
so
this is slightly different. Like they've also been just showing up randomly. So like you could go to any house, and all of a sudden you're like, I want to loot this house, and you get there and you hear boop, and then you just see a cloud of bloater gas like hit on your car, and you're just like, oh my.
Did I? Okay. I made that mission. I thought that I had made a special enclave just for that mission. Are other missions casting that enclave?
I have no idea.
Apparently, I've got a bug to look into. But anyway, somehow they ended up holding up a Red Talon operative, which just looks great. So that's pretty cool, Coach Kibi. Red
Talon joins the Coalition.
Yeah. So our first video that we're going to show comes from one of our favorite people, Fall Down, Go Boom. And this is him going through Nightmare Mode, and again, dealing with some hostile enclaves. I think this is pretty funny. So yeah, no big deal. Oh, what? Somebody came up from behind.
There are 2 of them!
Shot.
3 of them!
So he just got nailed, right? And it's not done yet. It is not done yet.
Oh my god, there are 3!
So he respawns. And he's just, time to get ready to go out and fight those guys again.
Oh, that's so funny.
I love it when
God.
Fall Down
All right.
laughs because you know he's actually really angry.
What? They chased me! I'm gonna die!
They chased him home. I killed his last person.
That's amazing. Oh, that's amazing.
So you can follow him at Fall Down Stream. He's got a really the Fall Down Go Boom channel on Twitch has got some really cool State of Decay 2 videos. Actually, I think he just finished a legacy in like 1 hour and 47 minutes or something like that.
1 hour, 47 minutes, and some odd seconds
in Nightmare, which is crazy.
And the way that they've been running it is essentially a meager valley, no boons, nothing, no DLC not allowed. Basically, just try to make it so that anybody who owns the base game can do it.
Wow.
I was also able to I had to cheat a little.
Yeah.
I used the Warlord boon, and I was able to do it in 1 hour and 49. So I don't know. It's doable. You got to go fast though.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah, I'm assuming I am nowhere near the skill level that it would take to do that. Let's look it up. So this is not a video. This is from Saul Lin on Twitter, and he posted this. He says, I appreciate my name being in the bank for State of Decay, but I'm feeling pretty attacked right now. Right. So he got a character with his name, Saul Mahari, who's a bad carpenter, unmotivated, and a total lightweight.
Just can't hold his liquor. I mean, what are you gonna do?
And I've got a I've run into this before too. Geoffrey's showing up in the game who are complete losers, and I'm like, oh, the game knows me so well. The game's getting back at me for all the things I've done to it. So that's pretty cool, Saul. Then we've got this from Kurt Rosenbaum. Kurt was up on this rooftop and saw these zombies coming. And so what did he say? He said, when Zeds mock you with a smiley face before storming your base. Is this a new feature? So you see that, like, the two screamers and the other zombies are just like, have a nice day. So that was pretty cool, Kurt. Then the next one is from The Prodigy. This one is just showing off their collection. This is their tank collector. I'm betting that character... I bet they're working at the motor pool for Red Talon.
Yeah, maybe. 16. I see 16.
Crap. Yes, that looks right. 16. Upgraded, fully ridiculous. I don't even know if I'd seen the upgraded Norma.
Only 15 upgraded.
I feel like I don't...
Because that one's DLC.
Oh, that's true. There's DLC.
Yeah.
But like that Norma, I don't even know if I've seen that blue upgraded Norma before.
I think I have.
I've been playing this game for a long time.
Yeah, no, the way that it upgrades work, you've got, 4 possible outcomes. I don't know if it's just a random roll every time you fix it, but...
Yeah, I think it's not... I think we hoped it would be connected to the color of the original car. I think it's not actually that connected to the color of the original car. Okay, so, and then speaking of car tricks, Bulletproof Beard came up with this one. So they're saying, I don't know how I managed this either. I guess I'm a natural stunt pro. Well, either Bulletproof Beard is a natural stunt pro or his friends, John Bloke. John Bloke, yeah, John Bloke 69 and Lethal Threat 74. They seem like they're stunt pros. I don't know if Bulletproof Beard is a stunt pro, but this is a pretty impressive move.
That is. Are those like overlapping?
Yeah, so I can't quite tell. I think they're just maybe like their bumpers are overlapping. It looks like their bumpers are locked. Yeah, is what that looks like.
I think I saw this on one of the street corners this morning when I went for my walk through downtown Seattle.
Oh yeah. Somebody done the same thing. It actually kind of reminds me of the car we started with at the beginning of the stream, the way it was up on that up on that fence. Right. So thank you, Bulletproof Beard, for sending that in. And then we've got so Mr. Jeff has got a video. So he called this one Flying Juggernaut. So I think you can imagine what might be coming. So, where'd he go?
So that shot looks like it did looks like that last shot hit him twice, actually.
Yeah, right?
So
or something, yeah.
The first one
killed him.
Knocked him down. And then the second one that killed him, and then it hit him a second time, and it looks like that was the one that ejected him.
Yeah. We did get a question real quick from Awesome Twitch Dude. If I'm about to die, can I just log out? Will that save my character? I think as soon as your death is inevitable, we save that your character's dead. And so, like, if you've gone into like your final death cutscene, too late. If the Juggernaut has picked you up and is about to bite your throat, too late. We've already recorded it. We try to record it as early as we can so that death is real. Now, if you've gotten into a bad situation, you might be able to get out of it. But
no, I think he's right on this one, actually.
Oh yeah.
So there's a delay between saving locally.
Oh, it's saving to the cloud. So you've got a way. Okay, I have heard people talking about this. That if you delete your local save and retrieve your cloud save, you can go back in time.
Right, and I wish there was a way that we could fix that, but you know, it takes time to upload your save.
So yeah, so it's still, you know, I think accepting death is part of what this game is about. It's one of those, like, you know, you didn't just cheat the game, you cheated yourself.
Right.
Type situation.
Well, and the next time you log in, you're probably just going to die anyway, so I don't know. Take it on the chin now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's have a look at Vulgar's video here. This is one of the classic, like, this is actually an example of the duplicating. Driving home and this is like...
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Yep.
Twice.
So it's 2 Jeeps, 1 Jeep becomes 2, and suddenly they're, you know...
Oh, they're the client. Yeah, I've seen... Oh, I'm sorry. They're the guest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I've seen this before as a guest, but the host probably had absolutely no idea that even happened.
You know, yeah, one time when I was playing on a stream with as a guest on somebody else's stream, we had that where it's like I was seeing some weird stuff. Like I was seeing characters falling through the world, and they were not.
Yeah. And
it just, you know, it's weird. You know, networking games is rife with potential for disaster, and solving it all is just it can be really difficult. So we got this. Actually, I'll end with that one. Let's see here. So we've got a kind of a stunt video here from Safari Kev, who I think is in the chat, or at least was at the beginning of the stream. Safari Kev shared this video with us, called it Tokyo Flip. I forgot to share the audio. Sorry about that. But look at that! That is one of the most beautiful flips I've ever seen in the game.
that's the best flipping thing I've seen all day.
Oh, nice one. And then, actually, so I've got this other video from Ryan's Gray. I'm pretty sure this one came from Facebook, and we got it in at the very last minute. I might have failed to get the audio for this, but the audio for this is what makes it fun. So I'm going to start it. Oh, good, we can hear it.
Sometimes it's just too much to bear. I know how you feel.
The dialogue is what makes it. I mean, it's just another car sliding
it's
bug.
just too much to bear.
I know how you feel. And then finally, let me share this last one here. So this is from one of our favorite people, Adam Survives, Adam Exantium1 on Twitter, who got an anniversary celebration videos. We had all of this celebration last week of the year anniversary of State of Decay 2. And Adam made his own anniversary video. And let's just check it out. I did turn off the audio for it because it has music, and I wasn't sure if the music was ownable or not, and so I didn't want to risk it. But he is sharing some of his sort of favorite moments, like using his last crossbow bolt after a roll to take down a zombie, navigating this bridge without crashing or flipping the car at full speed, and then showing off his State of Decay tattoo, which is pretty amazing, similar to Brant's. That's him sharing that that artifact that he made with us. And then, not in Kansas anymore. That is probably my favorite vehicle physics bug I've seen in a long time. He's dancing Juggernaut. And then HE Devil Hockey Sticks, yeah, year 1, survived. Thank you, Adam Survives, for making that. And for just, I mean, Adam Survives, you should follow him on Twitter if you're interested in any of this stuff. Like, all the people that we've been sharing here, you should follow them. Check them out. They share this kind of stuff all the time. We're only sharing a small smattering of what we get each week. So keep track of these people. They post a lot of really cool videos. And that's the whole community spotlight we got for today. So again, as always, I've forgotten to put the hashtag on something that I can stick on the screen. So it's hashtag funny survivor stories. If you want to get your videos on the air, go to hashtag funny, enter hashtag funny survivor stories as part of your tweet or post on Instagram or on Facebook or wherever you want to put it. And we'll look for that and we'll share anything that we can. You know, we can't show every single one, but we pick a few of our favorites every week and share them. And thanks to Joe for this idea, because it's a good one. And we've got like 6 more minutes to play. So do you want to go back into the game and...
All right.
And I'll try to catch up with some of the questions that we missed while we were doing that.
All right, so we'll go and search through the maze, I guess. Do we have any other questions?
Let's see here. So... Oh, Wicked Bungle wants to know, do the plows on the trucks actually reduce damage or something, or are they just cosmetic? I'm pretty sure that we get each of the vehicles has got its own stats for like how much damage it takes from head-on collisions and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that those vehicles have very high defensive stats on the front.
So I'll show you what I think. Here's what I think the plow does. You see that?
Oh, it stops that from happening?
Pretty sure it stops that from happening.
That's a good point. Because a
So,
lot of times when
I
I think I would have
don't-
killed a zombie, I
Yeah,
get them on the front instead.
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily like stops it, but it's not purely cosmetic. Right?
Yeah.
So like I don't think it stops the damage that your engine takes if you run straight into them. But
Yeah. And I don't
will
think
stop.
I don't think it stops damage. I do believe that Brian has indicated before that car has more hit points for collisions.
Yeah.
The one that has the thing on the end. But that's not because of... I mean, it's kind of hard to say, because video games are 100% fake. It's hard to say, that the plow is what gives it extra hit points. We gave it a plow, and we gave it extra hit points. And hope that you would sort of get the message from the shape of the vehicle. But... it has more hit points the same way any vehicle has more hit points. I mean, the truck has more hit points than the Brogan. And that doesn't mean that it's just a number that we can put on stuff. And so we put a different number on the snowplow truck.
These guys don't seem to like me very much, Geoffrey.
Oh, they love you. Oh no. Oh no.
They
Are you
love
Austin
my car.
Powers in?
I'm Austin Powers.
Oh no.
Oh, wait, no.
You're not? Oh, but they're destroying you though.
See that part where I said that I'm not used to the controls because I use a different control scheme?
Yes.
Well, that's
what
just
that was?
happened right there. That was me trying to press my accelerator.
Oh, gotcha. And instead of actually accelerating, it was doing something else.
Yeah, instead of accelerating.
I do that too. Like whenever I've been playing like The Division for a while,
Yeah.
all of my assumptions about what the button should do are just completely off.
So we might end up losing somebody at the end of this stream.
To just a hand, we survived that entire other thing. That
Yeah,
looked,
yeah,
it just looked like that was hopeless.
Right, but we got out.
Yeah, but now here we are.
Including hostile survivors. I mean, we did it.
So Mrs. Smith asks, do the repair kits no longer fix the car all the way? I actually believed it was the opposite. Repair kits always fix the car partially. So the more destroyed the car was, like if you had a car that was slightly damaged, they could repair it up all the way. But if it was really, really, really damaged, it would take a couple of repair kits to get it all the way to the top. And we actually, the advanced repair kits now repair a lot more than they used to. So if you make an advanced repair kit, it repairs like twice as much as it used to. I could imagine that maybe when we were tweaking those numbers, we could have reduced the impact of the lower repair kit at the same time we were increasing the advanced repair kit. I don't think we did that.
No, I don't.
But I don't want to promise that we didn't now, because we were changing numbers. We were experimenting with different combinations of numbers. I could imagine us maybe having nerfed the basic repair kit a little bit, but I don't think it would have been by a lot. And they've always been doing. I don't think they've been nerfed to a huge degree. And if you build advanced repair kits, they will repair most vehicles nearly all the way to the top, even if they're destroyed.
So we were talking earlier in the stream about how closing doors is occasionally useful.
Yes.
You saw me just slam right through that door with my shoulder, right?
Yeah.
And then I close the door. And then I wait for the zombies to go away.
Ah, because they can't see you anymore.
Right.
And they're not just going to come right in and see you. Like,
Right.
they had
They're
to
going
stop.
to go to the source of the sound, which was the outside of the door.
Right. But
then
they're
I
not
just
looking
wait
for a
for
human.
them.
If they had gotten there, the door had been open, they
Right.
probably would have continued inside
Right.
and
But
found
as you can see, they're starting to wander away, and now I can stab them in the back just like I should.
That is amazing. Okay. We're learning a lot today on the stream. I expected this to be just like kind of a chill, hangout sort of stream, but we're actually learning useful things from Jawa today.
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Hopefully I didn't give away too much for the whole
I don't think so.
cheating the save.
Magic Man 79 called you a backstabber.
I'm a backstabber. Only when you give me a chance.
Reliant Rumble wants to know what the funniest bug or glitch you've had reported to you maybe recently is.
From the community?
Yeah, I feel like there's been at least one where you've come to my desk and been like, look at this weird thing. And I can't remember what they are now.
I usually get the not so fun bugs.
I guess that's true. You get the frustrated people looking for...
Right. By the time people get to me, they are no longer happy. And they're looking for people to blame. And that's kind of what I get to do. I get to, be like, yeah, that sucks, and I'll do what I can to help.
So speaking of that, support.stateofdecay.com is where you go if you're angry and you want to vent at somebody. Go to support.stateofdecay.com and talk to this guy right here. And actually, though, seriously, our community typically has been very supportive, even through, a lot of the bugs you guys have dealt with, especially things like the audio bug. I mean, so many of you stuck with us through some pretty humiliating bugs, and we really appreciate that. And we especially do appreciate it when you're so kind to us about it. So many of you... You'll contact us about bugs, you'll report them, you'll explain them, you'll give us what we need to fix them, but you won't, make us feel like garbage for them, and we really appreciate it when you choose to do that. So, I'll just leave that there. And it's 3 o'clock, so
It's 3
I guess, yeah.
Oh, it's over.
Let's take these last zombies out and then get out of here.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Well, you can, once I've switched over into, into this mode, you can pause whenever you want because no one can see the game anyway.
All right, sweet.
And so you can contact him at support.stateofdecay.com. You can bother me on Twitter. And thank you so much for coming to this stream and hanging out with us. It really means a lot to us that you want to connect with us and share your thoughts about the game and your ideas. And big thanks to Joe for stepping in today.
And in all seriousness, we love hearing from you guys, and we definitely want to hear about all of the issues, especially the ones that really make you frustrated. It kind of sucks that they happen, but they do happen. Oh, my dog's a little off camera and doing what greyhounds do best, which is laying on the floor.
They're saving up for that big race. Anyway, we will see you all later.
All right. So this is the awkward part. Right?
Yeah, this is the part where we just kind of talk and
we let people think that we were supposed to mute our mics.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so great. Wouldn't it be? It would be great. It would be great.
It would be great.
It would be great.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think I'm driving Wonder crazy with that stuff.
Right. Like, what if somebody just messed up one day and actually started talking about it?
That would be. Oh man. What I would say